All right, so I posted my wraps on Instagram and there was a good response for you guys wanting to know how I made the wraps. So these are the wraps. They're awesome. They are very pliable and sturdy. They had no holes in them, which I'm thrilled about. And they roll up. I will show you this very easily. And they smell amazing and they tasted really good. So let me tell you what was in those. All right, so here is what was in those wraps. So I took, I made the butternut squash noodles, and so I took the round bulbous part that had the seeds in it, and I cubed that up and threw it in the blender. So there was probably half a blender full of those cubes, and I have the big 64-ounce blender, so probably 4 cups of butternut squash cubes. And then I added a red pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, a chunk of onion. Actually, I think I put in a whole onion, like that size of onion. I put in 4 dates, some celery, about 2 to 3 stalks of celery, and some fajita seasoning, and I also added in 1/4 cup of flax. I did not add any water, and it was a very, very thick batter. Like it had a hard time blending towards the end because it was pretty thick. And then I spread it out on my Teflix, or on my dehydrator trays that were lined. And I left them, I did them in circles, and I left them about like that thick. Did you get that? So they were not super duper thick, because I've made them before where I left it super thick and then I couldn't like chew through the wraps. I was like, "Arr." So, thin enough so that you can chew through them, but thick enough so that they don't get holes in them. And then I dehydrated them at 95 degrees overnight, and it was perfect. In the morning, they were still like a little tacky and moist, but I flipped them over, peeled off the lining, and then I just let them stay in the dehydrator without it on, just in the air, until about lunchtime. And I was like, okay, they're good. Like, even though they had a little bit of wet spots, like that was all dried up, and it ended up being perfect. So that is how I did it. Okay, and I forgot. I also put in half a lemon into the wrap recipe. And here is my fajita seasoning that I use. I got it at Sprouts, and it's the Spice Hunter, and what is in that is onion, garlic, ginger, paprika, jalapeno pepper, oregano, mustard, cumin, red pepper, and parsley. So it's a pretty good mix, and I added the Mexican seasoning that I wanted. And then as you guys saw, I filled it with some chunky guacamole that I had made, and lettuce, and dipped it in some pineapple, mango, red pepper sauce that I made. Holy cow. Can't even, it was so good. It was so delicious. The best dinner I've had like in a while. It was so many flavors, and I was like, wow. I was like, that is good. And I kept having all my kids try, kids, you gotta try this. So it was really tasty. And I wrote on my Instagram thing, it was just so funny because my 5-year-old tried it. And little boys are so honest. They're so funny. And he ate it, and he was like, huh. He's like, there's nothing gross about this, Mommy. I was like, oh, thanks, honey. That's the nicest compliment you've given me all week. It was just hilarious. And then he looked at my plate and what I was eating. He's like, are you going to eat all that? Kind of like, can I have more? So anyway, it was a definite winner recipe. So if you want to know what I did for the guacamole and the other dip, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I put the recipes for that on my Instagram underneath in the comments. So check it out. It's at radiant_raw_mama. So see you later.